What is good, sneaker heads? And welcome to King Size Kicks. Now, what is King Size Kicks? King Size Kicks is the premier shoe unboxing, flash show, flash review, all the above for everything in big feet sneaks. Why is this necessary? I'll tell you why. It's because the Bigfoot brothers are not properly represented. So that's what this show is all about. And guess what? We are going to talk about one of my personal favorites. Can you guys guess what it is? Did anybody guess it? Yes, this is one of my very favorite shoes that I've always wanted to get my hands on. And guess what? I fought hard to get the re-release in 2018, and I missed out on it. But guess what? They just re-released back in November 23rd, I believe, of 2024. And that's right. We are going to review one of my all-time favorite shoes. Here it comes. Of course, I'm talking about, bam! Look at that. The Air Jordan Cement 3. This has got to be one of my all-time favorite shoes. And yes, do not be shocked about how long this shoe is. This is a size 15. That's right. So all the basketball players, all the athletes with big feet, this is for you. There it is. So let's get into a little bit about the Air Jordan 3 Cement. Like I said, re-released in November 23rd, 2024. Retail price was about $220. Now, in high school, this was all the rave, and of course, it's retro back in 2018. Now, looking at it initially, this has got to be. I have no issues with it. You know, this is supposed to be allegedly the closest cut and the closest look to the original shoe that was released, created by, of course, Tinker Hatfield for Michael Jordan back in the day. Of course, everybody knows that the Jordan 3 was the shoe that kind of saved the relationship between Michael Jordan and Nike. So there's a lot of reasons that this shoe is very special. And of course, to any sneakerhead or collector, this is definitely one of those that you need in your wheelhouse. But to get into this a little bit, let's take a bit of a closer look at the Air Jordan Cement 3, and let's get into why this shoe is so special and coveted by sneaker collectors of all. Lego. Okay, so let's jump right into the unboxing. Here we have the Air Jordan 3 Cement, originally worn by Michael Jordan in 1988. Like I said before, designed by Tinker Hatfield. Now, mind you, no making fun or throwing shade. This is a size 15 shoe. This is all about big feet sneaks, henceforth the name King Size Kicks. So here we go. But as you can see in the box, we have the classic Jordan Cement elephant print box with the, of course, the wrapping paper. And so look at that. That's beauty. Look at this. So, like I said, this is one of my favorite silhouettes of the Air Jordan. Of course, all the different aspects to this shoe. Of course, the outsoles, the bottoms, midsoles, everything. But we're going to get into all those details in just a quick second. Like I said, originally released on November 23rd, 2024 for retail for about $220. And of course, if you look at just the elements of what makes the Air Jordan Cement 3, we have the iconic cement print or the elephant print, whatever you want to call it, and the very special Nike Air back tab. And you know, on the previous retros, we've had the Jumpman, but of course, you know, Nike kicked out that extra dough to make sure that we get the original Nike Air on the back tab of the shoe, which is kind of iconic and classic and necessary, especially if you're going to try to make a retro for a coveted Air Jordan that, you know, everybody always wants as close to the original. But let's get into some of the details about this particular shoe. So we got black leather around most of the sneaker, as you can see throughout. Very similar to, I guess you can compare it almost to like a tumbled leather that you see on Air Jordan 1s. Maybe not the same, but you know, it's kind of got almost the same feel when you look at it. And of course, like I said, we had the famous cement elephant print on the shoe. You know, we got all around the toe cap area, as well as closer to the midsole, the back of the shoe. This is a print that we all enjoy when it comes to Jordan brand. It's kind of iconic, and this is what makes the shoe almost what it is today and everything like that. But we have a perforated gray leather on the bottom half of the toe. right here and along the lace planner, as well as around the ankle, this gray area. Like I said before, we have obviously the Nike Air on the heel, which gives it, like I said, classic OG vibes. If you're going to get as close to the original, you definitely need the Nike Air on the back tab. Along that, we have the red insole with the Nike Air branding. So we kind of have this. This is what makes it a classic. Certain things you just can't replicate, and the success of the Air Jordan 3, the Cement 3 in particular, is just these colors just go well together. How you have the black, the gray, and the white, as well as the red. And we have obviously the back of the tongue. You know, it's pretty much red, as well as the sole of the shoe, but it's the same color as the Jumpman on the front of the tongue. But see that? See, most people think that just because you have a bigger shoe, it's a bigger cut. It's different, and it really isn't. Like, it's the same shoe. I think that's a bias. My cat wants to be a part of the video, and he can't be. Getting back, of course, we have black laces going across, as well as the white midsole. So we have this white midsole with the back half being black to kind of round out the beauty of the shoe. Man, it just doesn't get any better than this. As I'm looking at the elephant print, a lot of people were complaining about the definition of the elephant print, but I don't know what it is about mine, but I got a pretty good defined cement elephant print on this particular shoe. I know a lot of people just looked at this and said it's not as defined as their 2018 version. They kind of preferred that one versus this one, but I'm not having that issue with mine. I think it might be on a case-by-case basis, but I'm definitely appreciating this aspect of this shoe. And of course, it has the classic Air Jordan 3 outsole with gray and red, like I said, on the bottom. So it doesn't get any better than this. But the Air Jordan 3 Cement 3 is absolutely a classic, and most people feel like that, you know, the Bigfoot folks don't have a chance to get their hands on these, but a lot of athletes kind of are first ones to get dibs on these. But there is a stereotype that, like I said, the different cuts make the shoe look different, but it really doesn't. Now, I promise you, the shoes, it looks big and, you know, right here in person in hand, but it doesn't look as big on my feet. Like I said, this is a size 15, but just the same, this is the Air Jordan Cement 3, one of the greatest shoes ever made. Classic shoe, a shoe worn by Michael Jordan himself during the All-Star game. And then once the Black Cement 3 came out a little bit later, he wore that in game as well. This is iconic for a lot of different reasons, but most importantly, this is the shoe. This is the silhouette that saved Jordan's relationship with Nike. So shout out to Michael Jordan, shout out to Nike, and most important, the designer, the mastermind of it all, Mr. Tinker Hatfield. So there you have it, sneakerheads. The Air Jordan Cement 3. I love every last bit of this shoe. I fought to get it for a long time, but I finally have it in my possession. Like I said, for all the big feet sneaks, this is for you. Size 15, king size kicks is here to represent you guys. We're going to do this a lot more. It's going to be plenty more unboxings, shoe reviews, all of the above. So thanks for joining us. Until next time, big feet brothers and sisters, stay royal.